My friends never left me. Perfect. Beautiful. Oh, shocking. And let's see what Nicko wrote. It's probably like, ha, Brodz. Haha.
Snail Yoshi. Help me. I don't know what I even drew. I hate it.
Alright. He actually drew something. Snail Yoshi. Help me. Perfect. These are the kind of inspirational things that really keep you going in life.
Fuck you. Pay me, idiot.
Hey everybody, Hojo Lone Wolf here. So today I'm going to be going over all the various tricks and traps and contraptions that make up Brodz and Nicko's terrible trick. So I hope you enjoy it, and here we go.
Yeah, wow, what a surprise. So, how much, Wolfie, I know you're gonna be, like, listening to this video, but how much do you want to bet that Brodz falls for that? And just dies instantly? I bet at least 20 coins.
To start things off, Nicko, you were dead on. Brodz died in about 2 seconds.
Wow. I feel I'm gonna be in danger right off the bat. Oh, ooh. Okay, well.
So that was just a simple, whatever the name of this guy is, spike, on a conveyor, which throws him off the screen, but not far enough that it despawns him. So then he pulls out a spike ball and throws it to the right. And as I thought Brodz might, he walked to the left to give himself more space to jump to get over this one. And all these one-ups are there partially just because they're one-ups and I'm such a nice guy. But they were also there to somewhat hide him falling. Because if you remove those one-ups, he becomes rather visible as he comes by. I wasn't able to, due to all this other stuff I have up here, get him any higher or any lower. Because otherwise he either is even more visible or he just simply gets despawned and doesn't throw a spike ball.
Alright. Oh.
And take a fish to the face. So that is simply just a little seesaw contraption down here. The launchers and the cannons are both on top of turn blocks. So when you hit the P-switch, they fall off of their turn blocks and onto the seesaw. And the cannons weigh more than the launcher, so the launcher gets lifted up. And then, of course, there's a fish inside the launcher.
Ugh, no, do not spawn. So I guess we gotta go through here, but I have a feeling there's something else going on. What? Oh.
I would assume we wait. Someone's up there. What the heck? What? Huh?
And you can't go in this pipe, and there's a door, but now a chain chomp stump is covering the door. So, up here above, we have a couple of things. First off, there is a muncher. You can just barely see it right behind the chain chomp, and that just makes it so that at the very beginning of the level, that chain chomp gets smashed by the muncher, leaving just the stump. And then both of these bombs have a coin behind them. So when you hit that P-switch, the bombs, those coins turn to blocks, which blows up the bomb, which then blows up all these blocks and these blocks. So that when the P-switch timer runs out, that stump, which is now on a frozen conveyor belt, gets to drop all the way down and block the way out of the room. Meanwhile, we have this spike ball up here. And I use a lot of spike balls in this level. Spike balls and on-off switches to basically make the various rooms work as they're supposed to. So at the beginning of the level, the spike ball is going to try to go left. because whenever you spawn in from the very beginning of the level, or you spawn in from a checkpoint, spike balls that are already spawned will try to go left. It doesn't matter where you are in the room. They're just going to try to go left. So for this, obviously, this spike ball can't go left because of this conveyor. But when you hit the P-switch, it obviously lets it go. So it goes over here, then eventually collides with the spring, and then goes back. And this is timed precisely so that when the P-switch timer ends, at about the same time, this spike ball will then collide with this on-off switch. And down here, you see that there are on-off blocks, so that ideally, and it ended up happening this way, that both Nicko and Brodz are up here, waiting to go into this pipe that obviously goes nowhere. So that first the P-switch ends, and then right afterwards, this on-off switch gets hit, which then blows these guys up, reveals the door, and then a second and a half or so later, that stump drops onto the door so you can't go in. At which point, all you can do is kill yourself or restart the level. It's rather pleased that they both fell for that.
I don't feel like that's gonna do any good. I gotta run left immediately, and we're gonna go... Oh.
I fucking knew it. Fucking knew you'd like... Because I just remembered like, oh, I was just like, oh, I bet you're gonna have like something pop up and I have to like jump. But,
So that is this little contraption down here. For some reason, don't ask me why, when you put a burner on a track, just like it's set up right here with this formation of blocks, and then make this track over here, and then just place a sideways spring in this very spot. When this goes over here and collides with the spring for some reason goes straight diagonal to the right through this solid wall or solid formation here, and hits this muncher, which then, as you saw, hops up onto the platform. So I can give you a better look by changing the lava level real quick. Won't work the exact same way because the lava affects the trajectory of where the muncher goes. But if you just watch this, he just kind of pops away. And now you come to a fork in the road. You can either take the right path or you take the left path. If you take the left path...
Ideally, I want to jump to the left and... Okay.
You're going to be very sad as you have no way out.
Oh, are you serious? What the heck do I do in this room?
You have to go over here and accept your fate.
now I'm curious. I'm gonna see if like, just for testing purposes, I'm just gonna see. Go up here. Go. Oh, okay. I wonder... I guess I was right, but I wasn't expecting the bullet bill to like come back down. I thought you would have just put like an invisible block there or something, but oh well.
So obviously this right path is the way to go.
Okay, so...
And I'm so nice, I even told you where to jump. Never listen to me.
Ah, shoot. Okay,
It's a bad idea.
Tiny. Okay. Yes. Ah.
But yeah, with that like hothead fire... Oh, okay, didn't mean to jump, but I really should be pausing the game when I talk like this, because I'll just be wasting time. Now, I see this as well, and I'm like, do you want me to hit this first? Although I kind of accidentally hit that one first, so let's see what this is. I bet it's another fucking you're dead trap. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Oh. Well, I guess we're gonna find out what happens if I hit that first. Let's see. I wonder. Yeah, what a surprise, you put a boo there to, like, kill me because I'm an idiot. Is there anything up here?
Here's an awesome face. Thought it was awesome.
Wolfie, is that supposed to be an awesome face?
Looked kind of barren there, so I thought, oh, add something fun there.
Wolfie, you disappoint me. Seriously, I have enough bullshit going on where I have to play a level, but I don't want to, like, look at old memes from, like, the early 2000s, please.
Alright, so that's just to let you through. Now, over here to the left, that's obviously where that launcher came down to hit you in the face. And I will explain why there is a random platform and a on-off block all by its lonesome up there as well here in just a second. So there is a muncher there, and that muncher is going to come into play here in just a moment. Alright, so normally when you go in this room, the switch is in the off state. So in order to go back in the pipe, as it very clearly tells you to do, you would have to hit that on-off block first. So now you go back in. You noticed that at this point, that muncher is back, and since the on-off blocks are set to on, that launcher is able to go a little bit to the right, but not all the way. That is very much intentional, as that launcher comes up here in this next little section.
Different now.
And now you wait here, and you wait here, and change up.
Oh, do I have to avoid that?
This contraption, which I found on another YouTuber's level, is mostly all this stuff right here. This thwomp, this note block on wings on the track, this chain chomp, this conveyor with this sideways spring, and this note block here. When you initially come back in this pipe and get sent through the donut inner tube thing and get sent down, most of this contraption is not spawned. Only this particular thwomp is there, which doesn't do anything because it's a downward facing. It's a downward thwomp, so it's not like it sees you from through the wall and tries to somehow go through it. What happens is that down here there is a bomb, and when you first come in this room, you remember from the first room, this on-off switch was hit, which despawns this bomb as there's an on-off block right behind it. But when you then go through this pipe and hit the on-off switch there, that allows this guy to spawn in when you come back through the pipe. And there is a muncher down there on a track, which hits him at just the right time so that it then blows up this block, which then allows one more vertical tile worth of level to spawn in, which lets the rest of this contraption to spawn. Which, for some reason, don't even ask me how, allows this muncher to go straight through 3 solid bricks worth of level and bite you in the face.
Whoa. Yeah, I fucking knew that bullshit. Oh, nice. What?
And you made it through, but took another fish to the face.
Shut up.
Oh, that's tricky, dude. Wait, what's happening?
So that is the importance of this muncher up here. I need it to be possible so that this could drop no matter where you were. Over here, when this thwomp gets hit, again, this muncher isn't there. So as soon as you change the on-off switch state, this guy is able to drop and block your path. But then I also needed it to be able to drop over here as well. And since over here the switch state is on, and over here it's on as well, I needed something else to be able to block the path the second time you enter this room when coming back in through this pipe. So that when this bomb over here drops and hits this on-off block, it then destroys this muncher, which then allows this, which is at this point sitting right here, right on top of the arrow, allows it to drop and then hit you in the face with the fish. All right, so at this point, you come in here and you have to figure out what to do with this shell. And Nicko had 0 issues, knew basically exactly what to do.
I forgot about the fish. I wonder what I have to do. So here's the thing. Yeah, I fucking knew. I was just like, oh, I was paying attention to like making sure the shell hit the bloody switch. I forgot to look at the fish. But no, I figured that if I hit that switch, that fucking like cannon thing would fall down and just obliterate me. And then I wouldn't be able to like progress through the rest of the level. There we go.
Brodz, not so much.
What is this? Okay, I can hit the shell into the off switch, which will open up the pipe. Or I could drop the shell into the bouncy guy. Man, okay. Okay, let's just start with what you would use a shell for. Oh, that's sucky. Oh boy. Alright. I should have seen that one coming, so just drop to block my path. I'm gonna have to shoot the shell. Oh, but if I shoot it from too far, it's gonna fall into the thing. Okay. I need to... Did it.
There's another bomb up here that doesn't spawn in until you fully get into this room. And there's another on-off block behind it. So when you come into the room, the switch is at this point set to off. So that allows him to spawn in. And the moment that you hit this on-off block with the shell, with the dry bone shell, this causes that bomb to blow up, which blows up this block, which allows this cannon to drop. And the cannon then faces to the left, and if you happen to be standing to the left, you get hit in the face. But if you stand to the right and fire the shell from over here, then you're free to enter into this pipe.
Now what? What's going on? What's going on? What? Oh, huh? Huh? I don't like long, empty pillars. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, thought I had to break stuff. Okay, it's like a little track.
Am I gonna expect another... Oh, react fast enough. Or die, please. Yep, I fucking knew it. Oh, okay. Where's this going? Oh, jeez. Yeah. I should have bloody expected that. Ugh. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to, like, hit this thing upwards. And then, if I'm right... Let's do this. E. But hold up. What's with this of a switch? Now I'm curious about that other switch, if that'll lead to something else. Or like you actually have to do some bullshit. Wait, hold up, was there something supposed to be on these rails or whatever? I bet there was something supposed to be on the rails, but it didn't really spawn.
So, this odd little setup. Obviously, there's this guy up here, which drops down and starts rolling to the right. And you would think that it's going to hit this on-off block. But for one, there is a one-way gate right there, which causes it to reverse direction. And then you may also notice that there's only actually 1.5 tiles worth of room up here due to these platforms being on tracks. And so for some reason, when this guy gets turned around by the one-way gate, it falls right through this gap right here between these two platforms. And due to the sound effect that I added for when it hits the gate, it temporarily blocks your view of where that shell is. So over here, right after these on-off blocks, there was initially some explodable blocks right here. And there was a bomb here. And when you hit that on-off block over there to the left, you changed the state of this set of tracks, which had a muncher on it, and that muncher drops down and destroys the bomb, which destroys the blocks.
Okay. It's like a little track.
And you come across this peculiar, very suspicious-looking contraption here.
These guys,
And there doesn't seem to be much to do. And in fact, right now, the only thing you can do is hit this on-off block.
I don't like this. What?
And get tossed into the lava.
It pushed me. Oh, that was weird. That was very strange. Oh my gosh, you sneaky demon. There's 2 conveyor belts. One goes left. Okay. I'm gonna assume it's here. Oh. Okay, now what though? What do I do? So I want to jump to the pipe? Do I wanna, no, I'm not gonna fall down because I died last time. I guess I just go.
What's going on here? Okay, that says Z, so I assume I'm supposed to short hop over there, but that form's gonna come down the second I hit that block, so I should probably just, like, run back and then, like, get back over... Maybe get back over the jump? Oh, but what's the point of the fire guy and... There's nothing else here. Alright. Oh yeah, I'll start running back now. Yeah, I noticed that fucking conveyor belts were like fucking biting. Alright. Okay, let's see how well I do here. Okay, I get it. Got through.
So basically, as you can see in the editor, there is another conveyor behind all this stuff. And there's also a couple of on-off blocks as well, which are right on top of that clown car. So for some strange reason, you enter this room with the switch state off, and which activates these blocks here. And for some reason, this setup allows for this conveyor to not actually work, basically. It doesn't, fling you to the right until you hit this on-off switch. And by hitting it, for some reason, that causes this clown car to make this seesaw move just a tiny little pixel. And that tiny pixel is enough to allow you to then get flung off the side by the conveyor. And then I also added this muncher to the mix because I found that when you are trying to, after you realize there's a conveyor here, the next thing you try to do is run to the left to escape the conveyor. And since you don't know really where the conveyor ends, I, more times than not, accidentally flung myself straight into the muncher as I wasn't prepared to jump. So that's the reason for that. And here's the lovely pixel art.
Hey, wait. He was eating Bowser in the thing. He was eating Bowser in the picture, so...
There is nothing here. Nothing comes out of the lava to kill you. Nothing at all. Scout's honor.
Okay. I could get soft locked in his eyeballs, I think.
I ran out of sprites for enemies and such, and I couldn't think of anything creative to do without using enemy sprites. So I just figured,
Okay.
since I had a little extra room, and I needed a way station because I ran out of doors, so I needed to. I needed a way to get to the next area.
If I go down,
Hence,
I don't know if I can
the
get
pixel art.
See whatever bullshit. Yoshi! Stupid asshole dinosaur who doesn't pay his employees. Wolfie, you should be paying me to play your bullshit levels. Of course not, you don't. You just pay an exposure like the Yoshi you are. Yeah, oh, okay. Was I supposed to go? Alright, so... which way? Because I guess the thing is, if it's like you have to react fast enough to go down, and that would take you what seems it might be like a bad trap, and then if you go right, it's like, oh, you have to deal with a thwomp, and that's probably like an obvious thing, and you think, oh, that's too obvious, so I'll just go down here. But I bet the obvious trap is like actually the way out. That's what I'm thinking now. I'm like, should I? Yeah, fuck it. If it ends up being if this ends up being like the wrong path, I'll eat my own words. Oh, never mind. Oh, jeez, what's with that fucking cannon? Just fucking moving randomly. So yeah, I assume that as well. Like, I guess it would make sense. Like, if you're up here, you can get killed by the thwomp, but whatever bullshit happens, you might. Because now that I think of it, yeah, it's like, if you went down it would be more obvious because of that left side with that, like, that would send you up, and I guess that would be like a permadeath, like, that would be a soft lock or death thing. What's going up here? Alright, well, I should try to get up there, I guess.
Okay. Oh! The game really wants me to go down. Like, badly. Like, I was gonna fall. And knowing you, I'm gonna get, like, those things are gonna move. So I'm gonna take my chances. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was a gamble.
Alright, so there's checkpoint 1, and as I believe both Nicko and Brodz mentioned, the level really wants you to go down. I probably tried a little too hard made it a little too obvious that you definitely don't go down, because if you do go down, something very bad happens.
Oh. No. Yes. What? Okay, you got me there.
So, this room is pretty much hands down was the hardest room for me to get to work right, due to all the different parts of the room and the multiple ways you can enter the room. To start, for what you just saw, everything starts with this mole with this bomb on top of it. The moment that you get right around here, this mole goes to the right. And when that mole goes to the right, it jumps in the lava, which then automatically makes this bomb explode, which then triggers this on-off switch right here. which at that point releases this clown car with the launcher inside of it. And it's been nudged by this big thwomp in little configuration of blocks. And that's causing it to vibrate ever so slightly, which is causing this guy to build up a little bit of speed. No matter what you do, if you drop down here and run to the right, you cannot reach that checkpoint. You're never going to reach that checkpoint. You're going to get flung to the left into this little cubby right here. And down here, we have a bunch of launchers with a fire flower on top of a note block. And these guys are on another conveyor. And basically, every time this hops on the note block, it causes each launcher to merge inside of this launcher over here to the left. And right beneath that launcher, there is a cannon. And behind that cannon is another on-off block. So for some strange reason, when you set this up so that all these guys merge in, and then you saw what happened, they all launched up into launch you up into that muncher way up there. Is that for some reason it's the block beneath it that releases it. You would think it would be the block above it, like holding it there so it couldn't move, but it's actually the block beneath it. So don't ask me why. But since I had already hit an on-off switch earlier with this mole and bomb contraption here, I needed a second trigger down here. So that's why this cannon is here. So that way when the first on-off switch is hit here, this on-off block turns off so it's visible. And then when you get sent over here, another Monty Mole with a muncher is allowed to go to the left, which then collides with the bomb, which then triggers this one, which makes this on-off block go back to being off again, which then releases the launchers. And also, this note block down here is there to finish the job of pushing this guy to the left, as it doesn't actually make it all the way itself. It makes it far enough so that you can't get to the checkpoint, but then it needs a little boost to push you all the way over here to trigger everything else. And also, this spring little contraption over here is there to ensure that you can't get soft locked, as I did manage to a couple times walk in here by accident after making it through here and triggering checkpoint 1 because there were other issues with this room. And then that caused me to get stuck in here behind all the launchers that get sent up. So I couldn't go anywhere and I soft locked myself. So that spring ends up dropping to guarantee that there is no way you can get in there to essentially ruin your run at the level and you have to restart from the beginning again. So Nicko especially talked a fair bit about how you probably could have found a sprite or two somewhere. And at first glance, you may think, well, why is this muncher here? It doesn't seem to serve any purpose. So the point of this muncher is, if I move it, you notice that the thwomp up there moved just a tiny bit. And by moving it, you can now see that there is a on-off block behind it. So having that muncher there actually allows that on-off block to be completely hidden, so made it at least a little bit harder to tell which way to go. Obviously, they both figured it out, but, can't win them all. So to set this up, first I need to delete something, as I, again, have no sprites. If we move this and then put it back, so now you see it didn't reset the position, and then grab a regular muncher. Like I said, by putting that regular muncher there, you notice that it resets that it puts that thwomp back where it's supposed to. But if I undo it, you can see it didn't actually stick. So to make it stick, so from here what you do is you go and you grab a block. I'll just grab that block. Put it on top of that muncher, and then do a multi-grab to grab those two, and then give them both wings. And that causes the muncher to go away. And then you can delete the block with wings, and just like that, they stay. This guy gets despawned, obviously, by the platform, and now he is properly hiding that on-off block. So again, it's at least somewhat plausible that someone might fall for it and try to go down instead. So with all the individual trolls explained, I want to explain why this room was just so difficult to put together. So everything was fine when I first made the room, but the issue is, as I mentioned before, I needed a way to make sure that you didn't get soft locked, because when you spawn in from the checkpoint, as you recall from earlier, spikes always go to the left regardless of where you are in the room. And so that was causing issues, as the moment that you spawn in, this guy goes to the right and changes this switch state, which then launches this guy to the left before you may have enough time to get out of the way. And then you get sent over here, and that happens infinitely. So you don't really, I didn't really want to do that, because that would have ruined the whole level. So I had to find a way to still allow this guy to work, descend down the vine to let you into the pipe, while also blocking this guy from sending you to your death over and over and over. And I eventually settled on putting a spike ball right here, so that when you come in through this door, he just goes to the right and nothing happens. But when you spawn in from the checkpoint, he goes to the left. Then coming back through the checkpoint, immediately this guy triggers, which releases this, but then just a split second later, this guy has enough time to reach the other on-off switch, and then turn these guys back into on blocks, which then destroys this, which allows you to not get soft lock.
Alright, well, I should try to get up there, I guess. Oh, great. What? Just like choose my own death. Which one?
The first thing you'll notice is that we have another on-off block and the on-off switch. So this is relevant, as I mentioned in the previous room, there are 2 on-off switches in there. And the only time you ever trigger the second one that's over on the far left with that spike is when you come in through the checkpoint. But otherwise, you only trigger the one with the mole and the bomb down beneath us. So depending on which time you enter the room, you may or may not need to hit this, as in order for the rest of the level to work, or at least the next coming piece of it, the switch state had to be set to off. Because otherwise, as again, things just don't work. So with that explained, obviously you have a choice. You can either grab the pea balloon, or you can grab the dry bone shell.
Guess I'll pick the pea balloon for now.
So with the pea balloon, you have a choice. You can either go to the left, or you can go up.
It's even up here. But this is an obvious death.
And this is probably a bad sign, as well, why would I tell you to go into a spike?
I wonder what this will be. I bet this is gonna be a death. But since I already fucked up, I might as well have a look. Mario just slowly.
So we go over here. We cannot go into this pipe. And you heard a switch get hit, and now you're trapped up here.
Yeah, now I'm trapped. Yeah, what a surprise. That turns out this ends up being the wrong way.
And in case you were wondering, no, you can go in pipes when you're Balloon Mario, but this pipe cannot be gone into.
Yeah, it's a fake. What a surprise. What a surprise.
All you can do is kill yourself. How sad.
Well, at least you were kind enough to actually put spikes up here so I can just, like, reset the checkpoint or whatever.
Oh boy. You know what? I have not seen the use of a pea balloon in your levels. I'm gonna try this first. No. No, 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 no. Okay.
So if you take the pea balloon and you go over here to the left, hey, there's a Yoshi. I like Yoshi.
Oh.
And the Yoshi is in its own personal jail cell.
I see. Even the balloon man got flipped in there. Okay. I will try one of these guys. Huh? How did I not trigger the thing? That's weird.
Alright, let's see what's in door number 2. I'll take the shell this time, might as well. See what's up here. The Yoshi. Hit the Yoshi. How do you do that? I guess it might be... Wonder how you do that actually. You got some sort of weird system that actually like determines like why you pick up, and it's like, oh, you picked up the balloon. I guess Yoshi lives.
There's basically no way to be able to get to that Yoshi in time. Because you have to first find time to get hit, then you need to be able to get close enough to jump on the Yoshi before that seesaw comes out of the lava and sends him up into his jail cell. So that works due to this funky thing over here. For starters, down here, that is the on-off switch that is being hit when you get close enough. Basically, when you get right around here, so you get close enough to allow this guy to spawn in, which then hit this on-off switch, and the same goes for when you're up here. As for the seesaw, that is triggered by this contraption here, which is all started by a progressive power. So when you come over here when you are Big Mario, so whether you have a mushroom, a fire flower, a pea balloon, you name it, basically anything but a helmet, pretty much, or a shell. When you come over here with that, then that fire flower is a fire flower, which is then allowed to drop far enough onto the on the seesaw to hit that note block, which actually triggers the thwomp to thwomp, and that's a very simple thing that really anyone can do at any level. You just set it up just like that so that the note block is there on either the left or the right far side of the thwomp, and just have anything drop onto the note block, and that will trigger the thwomp to come on down. And then when it does that, and you have it set up like this, with there's a block right here, a note block there, and then the seesaw, that triggers the seesaw, which then launches your Yoshi up into its jail cell, never to escape again. Poor Yoshi. Poor Yoshi. But if you come over here with the dry bone shell, you notice no seesaw. Doesn't come out. Because again, now you're not big, you're just in a shell. This fire flower is instead a mushroom, which then goes to the right and gets stopped by the one-way gate and can't come back over to trigger this monstrosity. But maybe we don't need the Yoshi.
Yes.
If you may have seen, we do need a Yoshi, but we do not need a Yoshi for this particular part. So, we need some way through those turn blocks. And the most immediate way, you might think, is to hit this P-switch. Those blocks down there are kind of sus, but whatever.
Okay.
So that's just another spike ball contraption down there. It's trying to go right to come to you because you came through the door. And when you hit the P-switch, it is allowed to do so. But then it just hits this question mark block, which has a bomb in it, which immediately blows up and destroys your platform beneath you.
Oh, okay. What?
All right, your other apparent option is to maybe jump on this note block and release that.
No, I don't want to hit. I have a feeling, but I don't. Ah, fuck it. I'll just jump on it, see what happens. Oh, never mind. I fucked up the. Oh, okay.
Well, now this is probably not good either. Don't see a good way out of this one.
I think that was the play then. Oh my. Okay. Didn't expect that one, Chief.
So that is due to there being a winged sideways spring in there. So when you jump on it, it immediately collides with the following P-switch, sending it over into the lava onto that conveyor, which then goes over here to the left, which gets triggered by this muncher, which turns this into a coin, which drops this spring onto that note block, which then bounces that guy up there, and then you saw what happened from there.
Okay.
So the right thing to do
Really gonna change
is to ignore all of this shenanigan and just go over here.
Okay,
And
so
you
that's
saw
the guy
something,
off
or
screen.
you heard something, they get hit, and then you wait long enough, and there's a bomb.
Okay.
Now I'm curious. Okay, something happened up there. Oh, okay, I guess I picked the right answer. Somehow. Wow, what a surprise, I don't need Yoshi, the worst Mario character in existence. I don't need him at all. Good thing, I guess. Stupid dinosaur.
So that is just simply another mole contraption. You go far enough over, these guys walk into the bomb, which triggers the on-off switch, which then changes the track of this bomb, which drops down and gives you your path through. So we would appear to need to go over to the right. So we have a Yoshi, so let's just eat their wigglers.
What? What? Oh. Oh, okay. It's a big NO over there. Saw the star, I just got so happy.
Because you could just stand there and you could just be like, yum. Alright. That's clever, but also... how?
So that is triggered by this contraption up here. When you spawn into the room and if you look carefully, you may just be able to see the star drop. So, as you know, stars typically bounce all over the place when they are, in a room. But this star does not. It doesn't drop. It doesn't go anywhere. It just sits there, almost like it's a fire flower or something. So, for some reason, with this spike ball, and this has a POW in it, and for some reason that allows the star to, when this whole thing goes off when you enter the room, the star to just drop, and it drops and almost perfectly hides behind this wiggler.
I wonder if I have to, like, short hop jump or something. Oh wait, can I just kill him by stomping on him? No, can't. Guess I gotta, like, short hop jump or something. Oh ho ho! I guess that also works. Come on, mash! Come on! No, Yoshi, please! Yoshi! Oh, I guess he's stuck there. Well, never mind. Ripperoni Yoshi.
Well, apparently we don't want to be here either. Or maybe we want to be here with Yoshi.
Oh. Did I need... oh, for fuck. Did I need both items?
So, I wanna... Oh no. Come on, Mario! Okay, I have the shell. Oh. What?
Neither B-Rods, I guess B-Rods did eventually get it, but Nicko found a different way out of the room. But what you're supposed to do is when you come over here and get sent downwards, you're given all the information you need, or at least I thought. I probably could have added another hint. But what you need is to send a dry bone shell from over here down this chute to hit this on-off switch. And then this is supposed to tell you that you need that star to drop down this donut. The first question is, how do you get to a dry bone shell? Obviously, you could get this one if you manage to get Yoshi here, but obviously once you get it, you're just going to die anyways, so it's definitely not the way to go. So, in order to get a dry bone shell, you need this dry bone shell back here in the previous room. After you finally get the Yoshi, you need to have Yoshi swallow the dry bone shell and have him carry it all the way here.
No, I think I should drop Yoshi at this point. Be safer to carry the shell. Oh, no, never mind. Just get up. Yeah. Yeah. What? For the spring. Oh. Should have realized that sooner. Oh, I'm an idiot. I just realized what I gotta do. I just realized. Oh, I'm silly. I was too busy with, like, you dropping it down there and all that to realize, oh, I could just fucking just throw it down here because of the weird doors. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. I say that, but then I almost lose the item. Alright, so how do we switch this? How do we change this? Oh, I got it. I just got ditch Yoshi. Yosho.
Oh. Oh, thank you. Wait, how do I go down here? Can I push Yoshi? Bleh. Nowhere else to go but up, my friend. I'm sitting behind, underneath this stone block. But how would that even work? Right here. You want me to shoot the shell? How is it gonna bounce up into the guys? Okay, I'll try it. What? Oh, I didn't oh, that's... So, I thought it was solid because the guys were stuck. That's very strange. I would not have gotten that. Wow, okay.
Basically what happens is when you hit the on-off switch, at which point this is actually here, because it's already past that first block due to this one being triggered. Then this drops down, hits the star power, which resets its physics, so it tries to bounce around again. And when you hit this on-off block, on-off switch, this on-off block is now off. The star can then drop down. It hits this note block, which then collides with this mushroom, which basically pushes the mushroom through this platform onto this seesaw, which then sends this up just enough to hit this shell, which then releases the vine.
Oh, I got it. I just got ditch Yoshi. Yosho. Ooh, yep. Yeah, well, nice jape there. Though I'm wondering if I'm actually meant to like jump over him. Oh, I should have. Yeah, I felt like, oh, you gotta. Because giving him the parachute makes it obvious now that I was supposed to like jump over him or something and hit that checkpoint or something. But we'll find out. Yeah, because that says, no, you went the wrong way, duck. Oh, okay, that's... I see, I thought I would have had to like spin jump up here and like get in that corner just so I can get over here, but guess not.
Okay, that's very strict. Oh boy. No. Duck. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna jump. Okay, okay. Interesting. Holy moly. Okay.
Alright, so this is the only room in the entire level where Brodz managed to dodge some trolls. When you first enter the room, you obviously have this thwomp. It's a sideways thwomp that comes at you. It comes at you slowly because it has a parachute. And the first thing that I thought people would try would be to jump over it. Go to the left just a little bit, then get a little running start to do a big jump right over it before it reaches these spikes. So that ends up not working because right behind this guy is this cloud. The cloud basically follows the thwomp. It drops onto this track, and then right before it reaches you, it lifts the thwomp up just enough so that you can't jump over it. There's no way to do it. When you realize that, oh, it's being lifted up by that cloud, the next thing that you may think is the duck. Which doesn't work either because of the note block, the wing and note block right beneath you. So the next thing that I thought would happen would be that you would run over here and head up here and hope this is your way out, which is not. And you get told, oh, I have to duck right there where that arrow is. So you come into this door, you duck, and now you're through. And as I said earlier, this is the one part of the level where Brodz managed to dodge some trolls, because what I thought would happen last, that both Brodz and Nicko actually did first. Instead of bothering with any of this, they immediately both ran to the left and went up the vines and learned the right thing to do right from the start. This stuff down here and this cloud is all for naught. Next, we have another fun spike ball down here. And so when you come in the door, the switch is in the on state. So it's just like it's showing right now. This spike ball is going to collide with this on switch, which then allows you into this pipe. But then, since whenever you spawn into a level, the switch state is always on, I needed a way for this switch to also get triggered when you come into the checkpoint as well, which is why there is another on-off switch over here also. And I wasn't able to, and just due to where the door was and where the checkpoint was, I wasn't able to conserve a sprite here either. And this on-off block is here for something I'll explain just a little bit later.
Nothing. I guess it's because I timed it weirdly with the cloud that it jumped back up and reset for some reason. Let's find out what's in here. Alright, go fast, go fast. Wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder. GameCube 2. Yeah, I was right. There was something I had to, like, be quick. Clears the path. Oh. Oh, oh, nice soft lock. You're okay, never mind. I take it back. Oh, okay, okay, I don't even know where I'm going at this fucking point. Yeah, fucking figured. Checkpoint oh, nice. Yeah, I fucking figured it'd be a checkpoint reset. Yeah, who would have guessed?
Okay. Can't wait to see the first checkpoint again. That is some aggressive scrolling. What? What is going on? Alright, I don't know what that was. Oh my gosh, yep. Oh. I don't really know what I did here. But I'm stuck. Okay, so it looks like I gotta go up here. Into the yellow pipe. Okay, into the yellow pipe. Into the yellow pipe. Shoot. Okay, look for a yellow pipe.
Alright. So basically what happens when you hit this on-off switch is the first thing is that these two on-off blocks here, which are currently on as they are off blocks, will turn back like this. So this bomb and this launcher both drop. The launcher crushes the bomb, which destroys the blocks, which then allows the launcher to block your path to go back. So that's the first thing that happens. Then at the same time, these conveyors over here on the right are, before the switch is hit, going the opposite directions. So when you hit the switch, this then gets to go over to the right, and it ends up getting caught on this next conveyor, which will then be going back this way again, and it's going to, for a brief moment, trap this launcher so it can't drop down quite yet. Also at the same time, over here, these on-off blocks release this spike ball, which is going to come over this way and hit this note block, which contains another spike ball. And when a spike ball comes out of a note block and then immediately, or almost immediately, collides with a on-off switch, it actually hits it twice, one right after the other, which is what allows you to escape from this on-off block. And then immediately right after you escape it, it turns right back on again. So you can't get back up and try to hit that on-off switch again. And also at the same time, hitting that on-off switch allows these springs to drop, which will then hop on the note blocks, which then, of course, bounce back up, and eventually get these POW blocks with these twister guys on top of them to hop onto this platform right here, which, as you saw, basically makes basically a funnel, forcing you to basically go nowhere but up until you escape into this chute. So what happens also when this hits this note block, which then causes the double hit of this on-off switch, is this launcher, which is now here, just enough time to drop. And that is to only allow so many bombs to come through this pipe, as we only want really just the very first bomb to come over here to destroy these blocks, so that you get forced up here to this P-switch door. Which then brings in the reason for this mushroom that comes out of this launcher, as there is no way to avoid that mushroom once you are trapped in this on-off block. So you get the mushroom, become big, so that if you do manage to get hit by that very first bomb, it's okay, because you just become small. And then you're still alive to witness what happens next. By the time the second bomb gets there, you're never in a spot that you can get hit by it. And also, by that time, the launcher has dropped and blocked this pipe anyway, so more bombs can't come out. So finally, with all that said and done, you make your way up here. And once you get high enough, that allows this pipe, this muncher, and the P-switch that comes out of the pipe to come into view. And when that P-switch comes out, it creates an infinite P-switch, as it's just going to keep on hitting this muncher over and over and over. That way you don't get soft-locked into being stubborn and not going in this P-switch door until the P-switch runs out. So there's no way you can get stuck here waiting for 10 minutes for the timer to go to 0. So that P-switch also triggers one other thing to happen. Right down here, there is a bomb on top of the P-block. Obviously, when that the P-switch is hit, the P-block is no longer solid, so the bomb drops into lava, blows up, and destroys this block. Destroying this block then triggers this particular vertical row of vertical wall to not be solid, and spawns in these next 4 blocks, showing you that all along you didn't want anything to do with any of this. You want to go right back in to this pipe right here before even stepping foot over here, as obviously that is going to lead to nothing but heartbreak. And heartbreak being checkpoint 1. And that is another reason why this particular room was hard to build, as I needed a way to make sure that when you came, no matter what door you came through or how you spawned in through checkpoint 1, you would always either have a way to get up into the pipe up here to get to the next room, or to be flung over here to the left to get killed by the launcher contraption over here. Similar to when you come into this door, you're in the exact same position with regards to this spike ball up here. It's going to try to go right, which means it won't hit this on-off switch. But then as soon as you come in, this guy is going to go to the right and blow up this block, which releases your friendly neighborhood clown car with a launcher in it to fling you over to the left, forcing you through this checkpoint. There's no way to jump because of the P-switch blocks that are currently active from the previous room. And then you respawn in at checkpoint 1, and everything works like normal, where this goes left, then this guy blows up, resulting in the clown car to get destroyed, and then this will then drop the vine to let you into, so you can go back to the rooms after checkpoint 1, which thankfully there are only 2 of, so it's really not all that bad to get back to checkpoint number 2.
I have an idea what I gotta do now that I've actually scoped out the level a bit better. But still, I'm expecting some bullshit with... Hold up. If I go back down here... Yeah! Wow, never mind, I could have just done that the entire time.
Okay, so here's a yellow pipe, but no, that's before. You want me to go back down? Oh. Huh.
At this point, we come back here, and now the switch state is set to off. And we came out of this pipe, so as we have learned many times over the course of this level, spike balls, if you come out of pipes or doors, are going to go in your direction. So this guy is going to go right, but since this block is now on, it's not going to be able to hit this on-off switch. Yet again, we have another spike ball, because once again, the switch state is very important for all parts of this level. So once you get far enough into this room, this spike ball spawns and hits this on-off switch, changing the switch state back to on. Meanwhile, when you initially came into this room, it's such that the switch state is always going to be on. So, therefore, this muncher here will never spawn. But then right after you come in the room, as we explained before, this spike ball hits this switch, which turns the switch state to off. You then go down the pipe, come back up the pipe, and now the switch state is set to off, which means that this guy spawns and drops down, hits this bomb, blowing up the blocks, giving you your path through. Alright, so now that we have our path through,
I need a mushroom.
we obviously need a power-up, because we cannot get through those blocks without it.
Oh.
But we now go further to the right and see that we actually need a fire flower.
Darn it.
Shroom. Oh, I think I know. I figured. Might as well explore the rest of this. Is there anything up here? I might as well. If there's a fire flower, but I need that. Yeah, I needed to melt the ice. Yeah, I see why. Yeah, I just wanted to double check.
So with that in hand, first off, that's just a simple claw with the fire flower. So as soon as you get high enough by jumping to hit this block, it drops the fire flower, which then goes on the conveyor, which then drops and goes right down this hole. So if you don't know to go left, you're going to miss it.
Okay, got it. What?
And so this setup is very simple. We just have a bunch of munchers and then a bunch of platforms going up and down to basically cover any time you could possibly hit these ice coin blocks, which are behind these platforms, this platform here. And I used this particular platform basically all over the place here, just to make it look normal for this part of the level, so it doesn't look as suspicious. Oh, and I forgot, there's also a hidden block here too, just to be nice to Brodz and Nicko.
Oh, okay. What?
Uh-oh.
Wolfie, what is this? Wolfie, what is this?
Welcome to this level's anti-soft lock. I hope you have fun. Brodz actually didn't have too much trouble. Nicko, on the other hand, he was here for a good minute or two. So obviously the only way to die is that spike down there in the lower left-hand corner. And the only way to get there is to hit this on-off switch and then run and jump like heck to the right and then back to the left. Hopefully in time to get to that spike before this shell over here manages to get back to the on-off switch and block your path, and then you have to run back and try it all again.
Like the next hour, aren't you, Mr. Wolfie? Why you gotta do this? Alright, got it. Let's see how fast it takes Brodz to do that. Just make this a competition. Who can die the fastest in the dumb bullshit death room where you gotta race a shell?
Shoot. What? What is this? Oh. Oh boy. Well, I wasn't expecting this today. Shoot. Oh, this is torture. So I guess I probably just want to be small. Wow, okay. That's the biggest surprise of this entire level so far. Oh! I thought I was done. Oh my gosh. That was...
Yeah, okay. Oh, I need the flower. Oh, I don't. Never mind. Thought I would have needed the flower, but I guess not.
So that's obviously a whole bunch of springs, and all of this is simply based on your horizontal position. As soon as you get close enough while standing on this platform that's moving to the right, eventually you get close enough that this muncher drops on the bomb, which hits the on-off switch, which then releases all of these springs. And it's probably possible, if you're really good, to jump in such a way that you both dodge the springs and all of these hidden blocks, but I was never able to do it. I mean, somebody can, more power to you, but good luck. But all of that ends up happening because of what happens over here, and this is another progressive power-up setup. So when you get to, again, right around here, this claw releases this sideways spring, which hits this shell, which releases a progressive power-up. So if you come here as Big Mario, you end up only getting a Fire Flower, which obviously doesn't go anywhere. And since nothing goes anywhere, this doesn't trigger, which then allows all of this to be there lying in wait for Big Mario to get plunged into the lava with. But when you come here as Small Mario, this drops, releases a mushroom instead of a Fire Flower, which then joins this Fire Flower over here, which gives this seesaw just enough weight to lift up this spring, which hits this dry bone shell, which then hits the on-off block, which then releases these guys prematurely long before you can ever be there. Here we have a lovely looking part of the level, where the left is telling you it's CP1. I really ran out of room. I guess I could have tried to write with more tracks, but I just didn't want to bother.
Because I'm supposed to go in the pipe, but at the same time I don't trust you, Mr. Wolfie, sir.
So that says CP1 on the left, and on the right that says out. Obviously you want to go to the right. This is probably the better idea.
And that goes out. But what is that? I bet that I'm betting right now that one of these fucking... Wait. Oh, that's checkpoint 1. Is that supposed to be checkpoint 1? That takes you back to checkpoint 1 and that takes you out. But I don't really trust you, Wolfie, so, alright, just to see, might as well 100% this shit, let's see.
Obviously, the only way to get there is to hop in here.
Quietly. Kind of like edge myself out of this. Oh, never mind.
And where did that spring come from?
This is how it is, huh? This is how it is. I bet this takes me back to like the very beginning of the level. Can't even like reset to like last checkpoint, which is... Can't even remember if the first Mario Maker actually let you do that.
And if you have not guessed, when you go in here...
Yeah, I figured there would be some bullshit.
You're right back here. Which is obviously taking you straight back to checkpoint 1.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like at the very beginning. Okay, it's not too bad. What I gotta do now is like jump to the left side, but also jump back. Gotta do... But... Need a little spring... Oh yeah, I see the springs now, I see. Yeah, not too bad.
Hold up. P? Oh, checkpoint? Is that checkpoint or is that just P and then up? I don't know. Out. Oh no. I'm so scared. I don't want to touch this. I'm gonna have to touch this. Shoot. So the question is, how do I avoid getting honked? Oh, I just jump. I just jump.
While you're over here taking your nice lazy little ride over the lava, when you get close enough, this 1-up spawns in and obviously drops onto this note block and then hops up onto a platform. So you're not hearing the note block being hit over and over and over again. When that happens, that ends up pushing this launcher down and ends up merging on somehow on top of, in front of, I guess is the right term, in front of this sideways spring. And around the same time, this Potaboo melts this ice block, and that causes the launcher, and only the launcher, to start going down, and ends up dropping on what is, at this point, a spawned in off block. So it ends up resting on top of it until you hit the hidden block that has the spike that goes into the on-off switch that start this whole thing. At which point, this launcher starts going down, but all the while, this sideways spring never moves. It's always in that position until the point where this ends up going lower than it, at which point you properly see it. And as soon as Mario gets to this point, which is right after this one-way gate, you end up hitting this sideways spring, which then launches you straight over here to the left, which is probably where you don't want to be. The right thing to do is to, right before you get to this this one-way gate, is to jump. And that's the whole purpose of the one-way gate, is to prevent you from doing a very last-second jump to escape this trap.
Okay, very quick, gotta be very quick, gotta be fast, gotta be... What's up here? It's a 1-up. Wait, are those, Are those no. You got something up there to keep them up there, but I'm wondering. Where am I? What is going on? Oh, it's a crane. I just realized it with I thought it was some weird fucked up beast creature hiding behind there. Just eats you.
Now that you have a mushroom, you're going to find that you're going to have an incredibly difficult time jumping into that gap.
Do I have to blow something up? I guess I have to blow this up to continue because this section's an auto scroll. I'm expecting something else to happen.
It is possible. I've done it a couple times in testing.
Oh, I bet I have to be small to actually get through here. But that's what it is. Me grabbing a mushroom kind of messed up.
Hello, friend. Oh no, what's this? Okay, a binary choice. Well, hitting the on and off might do something, actually. Okay, no. Fudge, a 1 or a 2? Do I hit the left one or the right one? Or do I... Okay. 2? Alright, let's try 2. Say it's a oh, what the heck? Oh, there's... Really? Oh, that's funny. Okay.
What happens to hide this mushroom is when you spawn in all the way up here, as you're falling, another spike ball, hits this note block which has a clown car in it. At the same time, this launcher drops. They basically meet and somehow perfectly hide this crane with this mushroom on it. It is suspicious, but you have no reason to believe there's anything behind there because you can't see anything. It is perfectly hidden.
Yeah, get away, stupid mushroom. Alright, let's see what the rest of this level has in store for me.
And this right here is another reason why you do not want a mushroom. As there is absolutely no way to get through that if you're big Mario. There's also the problem that the point of this room, one of the points of this room, is to be ferrying a mushroom by hitting these question mark blocks. But if you come in here with a mushroom, we have yet another progressive power-up. So at this point, it's just going to be a fire flower, and you're going to be sad as, well, you can't fairy a mushroom if there isn't a mushroom.
Alright, let's give this another try. Come on. Ba-boom.
Alright, so now we need to fairy this mushroom across. This is somewhat tricky, but it's doable. So that mushroom ended up going on a little magical journey and eventually hitting that note block, which releases a fire flower.
Yeah, there we go.
So the middle one is the one I'm most concerned about. The one on the left looks okay. The one on the right looks okay, but there's a saw blade blocking the middle one, which is an issue.
And if it isn't already obvious, do not, under any circumstances, drop down into this pit if you did not first release the fire flower, as you are 100% soft locked if you do.
Ah, fuck. Soft locked.
And for reasons you will learn very shortly, I did not want to add in a way to die here.
Really lucky there.
Oh look, there's the exit door.
Wait, is that the door? That's the end of the level.
You probably don't want to know what's in this pipe, do you?
What? Oh no. We're doing this nonsense again where the level changes somehow, doesn't it? Something's gonna be different. Monty Mole died.
Wait, there's a door. Wow, nice. Wow, what a surprise. I just realized the door was there last second. I was like, Yeah, so here's what I saw. Like, I could see the door and I was like, wait, that's a door, but that doesn't look like a normal one. And then, now that I'm, like, seeing the level again, I can see the axe hilt thing. Yeah, it's, like, right behind that block. I can see it, like, poking out from the, like, the few pixels or whatever.
So what happens is that once you get far enough to the right, yet another mole bomb on-off switch contraption triggers, which then changes the direction that this bomb goes. At this point, the switch state is set back to on, which then drops this bomb into the lava right here, which then reveals where the axe is located. And if you have done this, unfortunately, all you can do is either wait out the timer or go in this pipe, which sends you out right here, which you probably will very quickly recognize as how you go back to CP1 yet again. There's a block right there that pushes you up, so there's no way you can wait for this to kill you. As you come in here as Fireball Mario, so you take a hit, get pushed up, and then all you can do is go in this pipe, which you know exactly where it goes. So with that said, we are obviously at the end of the level, and you really have two options. You can either try to snake in between the swings of that saw to hit where that axe is, which is like right on top of the end of that track where the little nub is.
Oh, not quick enough again. Oh, I got it! What the fuck? Ha! Well, never mind. Well, I did it. I did it. Okay, that was actually like kind of pog. Like pog champ, if you say.
More. Oh shoot. I have to touch that? Wolfie, what the heck? Okay, it is right there, okay. Okay. Clever. Dang. 56 minutes. But that only includes the from when I first got the checkpoint. It doesn't include the beginning. I want to try and beat Nicko's time, honestly. Okay. Yeah. Okay, much better. Not like, you know, an impossible time to beat because I died, but that means Nicko would have to do it in one go. Alright, let us celebrate.
Or what you can do is you can ferry this guy across. There. I did it! And that is the end of the level. Obviously, that last part is probably one of the more, from a technical standpoint, probably one of the trickier parts of the level. And that is basically it. However, there is one other thing. Nicko managed to find his way into a very tricky situation.
Oh, fuck's sakes. Yeah, it's more just... Like here, it's like you go through that and then you think you're solving a problem and oops, you're through the wrong area. And that's like, oh, okay, that's fine, but... Wait, hold on. What? Oh, and this is a fake pipe anyway, so I can't even... Is this intentional, Wolfie, or is this like...
At one point when he came in through this pipe, through one of the checkpoint reset attempts later in the level, he dropped down here, and he's waiting right here. Apparently, the timing was such that this spike ball came out, and as I mentioned earlier, when it releases this spike ball, it hits this on-off switch twice. Well, apparently he went in the door at the precise moment that this spike ball had only hit the on-off switch once and was about to hit it twice, but didn't have another split second to do that second hit. So when he went through the door and went back to where CP1 is, right here, now all of a sudden the switch state was set up so that things were not as they should be, and basically made it so that, for one, this vine didn't drop, because this vine wouldn't drop, and then since now he went into this room in the off state, which should have never happened. You should never go into this room into the off state. He just found the one edge case that I didn't think about when I made the level. There was no way for this contraption to launch, and coming in the off state meant that this guy immediately went a little bit to the left, then got immediately destroyed by this one changing state. At which point, since this guy had already collided with the piece by the P block that was here, since the P switch was on from the previous room, it left him with literally no way out, no way to die. He was just stuck and could do nothing but either reset the level or wait out the time. So, sorry about that, Nicko. That could have been avoided, as I did have at least one extra pipe. I could have made this accessible and then just dropped you into the lava somewhere in the subworld. Didn't think of that. Didn't think anybody would consider that, or I guess, unfortunately, go into that P door at that exact precise moment. So I'm sorry about that. I'll try to not let that happen again in future levels. But in any case, that is the level. If anybody has any questions, if I botched up an explanation and you want to hear it again, just let me know. I'll be glad to go over things again. But until then, this has been Brodz and Nicko's Terrible Trick, and I will see you all on Mario Maker playing Smash when I have the time, and that is all I got. Talk to y'all later.